Hi there, and welcome to the Celeb Tea. Honestly, I don't even know where to begin with this one because Michaela Noriega has officially left the internet stunned. Her latest luxury haul wasn't just extravagant, it was downright unbelievable. When she first shared the video, most people thought it was some kind of joke or parody. I mean, no one could seriously buy that much in one day, right? But then came part two, Phil, because Phil did with Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and Prada, a filled, and that's when everyone realized she wasn't kidding. The total? Nearly $200,000 worth of designer goods. Now, let's be clear. Influencer shopping sprees are nothing new, but this one hit differently. Fans and critics alike are calling it one of her most out-of-touch moments ever. She wasn't just flexing wealth, she was doing it right after a year full of scandals, lies, and that infamous, "this mascara is real, I swear," controversy that still haunts her reputation. So let's unpack what's really going on here, because this might be the moment Mikhail's fanbase finally stops defending her for good. Michaela kicked off the video saying she had gone a little blackout because blackout shopping, calling it her biggest luxury unboxing ever. From the very start, you could tell it wasn't going to be an ordinary haul. Michaela has never been one for subtlety. She's known for doing everything on a grand scale. But this one truly stopped the internet in its tracks. There were so many designer bags in the shot that she couldn't even fit them all into one frame. Viewers quickly began tallying up the prices, and once the math was done, people were left speechless. This wasn't just expensive, but it felt disrespectful. One comment summed it up perfectly. "I can't even afford groceries right now, and she's out here showing off $200,000 worth of stuff." But that wasn't the worst part. Michaela called it her blackout haul, laughing as she admitted she couldn't even remember buying half the items. "This was the bag you guys told me to get the most," she said, excitedly showing off one of her purchases. There was no question. This is everything. "I absolutely love it. Animal print is my thing right now." Of course, the internet reaction was instant and brutal. Scrolling through the comments, it was clear that most people weren't impressed. One user wrote, "Doing this during a recession is so tone-deaf, disgusting." Another said, "This is probably the first luxury haul I've ever watched that didn't make me feel happy, just empty." Someone else hit even harder. "Here I am working 2 jobs and can't even afford to eat out, and she's laughing about blackout shopping?" What was supposed to be a fun treat-yourself moment quickly turned into something that looked a lot more like bragging. The tone completely shifted. And just when fans thought she might take a break, reflect, or at least read the room, Michaela doubled down. The second part of her video made it even worse. It went viral almost instantly, and you can't tell me she didn't see it coming. There were more bags, more price tags, and more luxury brands casually tossed into the mix. Chanel, Prada, and Louis Vuitton, with $11,000 jackets and shoes costing over $1,000 a pair. It almost felt like she was trying to prove something, like she wanted everyone to know she could buy it all, no matter what people said. And that's when fans started drawing comparisons between Michaela and Becca Bloom, a content creator known for her over-the-top displays of wealth. If you've ever seen Becca's videos, you know they're all about excessive luxury. So when people began saying Michaela was turning into her, it wasn't meant as a compliment. That comparison stung because Michaela's entire appeal, the reason she became so popular in the first place, was that she wasn't like that. She came across as a regular girl, the one with the Boston accent who used affordable makeup and made beauty feel genuine and relatable. She was the kind of influencer who made viewers feel seen, not lesser. But now, that authenticity seemed gone. After the backlash hit full force, fans began asking the obvious question: how is she even affording this? Who casually spends 6 figures in one shopping trip? And that's when a new theory popped up, the infamous tax write-off explanation. People started circulating the idea that Mikayla could easily afford the haul because she'd simply write it off as a business expense. After all, she was an influencer, right? Posting content about her purchases was part of her job. She made the videos. That's content. That's work. It's a business expense, one commenter said. She'll get millions of views and just write it all off. Smart move. At first glance, that explanation made sense, at least to casual viewers. But creators who actually understand how taxes work in influencer marketing quickly began correcting that narrative. One finance-savvy TikToker broke it down perfectly. Mikayla can't just write off every expensive thing she buys for a video, they explained. You'd have to prove you never used those items personally, which is nearly impossible. If you wear the clothes off camera or keep the bags, they're personal assets, not business deductions. As more creators began dissecting the issue, the situation only spiraled further. It became clear that Mikayla's so-called tax write-off defense didn't hold much water. Experts explained that unless she returned the items or used them solely for professional purposes, like filming a sponsored post where the product itself was the focus, she couldn't legally claim them as business expenses. In other words, flaunting luxury bags for views didn't automatically make them tax deductible. Fans felt misled. What was once admiration for her success had turned into frustration. People accused her of losing touch with reality, forgetting the very audience that built her career. Many pointed out how she'd built her brand on being relatable, the everyday girl who loved makeup and had humble beginnings. Now, she seemed more interested in impressing other influencers than connecting with her followers. As backlash intensified, Mikayla remained silent. She didn't issue a clarification, apology, or even acknowledge the controversy. Instead, she kept posting lighthearted content as if nothing had happened, further fueling anger online. Comment sections flooded with disappointment, and phrases like out of touch, arrogant, and fake humble dominated the conversation. For longtime fans, the moment felt like a breaking point. The woman who once inspired millions with her authenticity and down-to-earth charm had seemingly disappeared, replaced by someone obsessed with proving her luxury status. The extravagant $200,000 haul wasn't just a viral spectacle, it became a symbol of how quickly fame can distort reality. Whether Mikayla intended it or not, her blackout haul revealed something deeper, how influencer culture often crosses the line between aspiration and excess. And this time, no expensive handbag or clever caption could fix the damage.